Good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery, IIMFL Smart Money Alliance. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, May 12th, 2021. It's 7:59 a.m. Central. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time, talk about strategies, tips, success stories, and address your questions and concerns. We use Zoom. Zoom has a question and answer function. To me, it's like a chat box. So at any point, if you have questions, comments, concerns, you can type them in to the question and answer box, and we'll do the best we can to field those. On our daily calls, we'll typically have a topic of the day, and today's topic is a sample ad. Again, the world seems to be full of haves and have-nots, but the nice thing is that anyone that is a have-not should be able to move into the have status. So the relevance is we have some of our distribution partners. There's a handful of you. I'm not misrepresenting the majority, but there's a handful of you that will be over 100 conversions this month, in the month of May, which is awesome. But what that validates is, frankly, all of us should be able to be at over 100. And that's not the goal. The goal is 10 a week for each of us. And that's what the bonus is triggered on. But what commonly we get asked is, well, what's some good sample ad content? And I was talking to one of you yesterday who's been with us a little bit. And I think what has happened is we've evolved in our approach. And some people that have been with us for a while are still thinking the older model. So I want to show you today a recommended ad to use. And then I'm going to give you the backdrop of why this works so well. So this isn't a specific ad that any of you have been using. It's more of an aggregation of what I've seen the top producers use. Now, as far as where the ad is placed, it could be placed on Facebook, and it could be placed on Craigslist or many other different venues. So we're not really talking about where you would place this ad. I just want to give you a sample ad that you might want to consider using, of course, with your contact information, and then give you some background information on how to handle it. All right, so what we don't want to do is promote our landing page. Now, maybe that sounds ironic, but we don't want to just promote to the world our landing page, because what statistically that shows is you'll have about a 1/10 conversion rate of doing it our recommended way, which I'm going to describe. So in other words, you want to talk to the prospect. You don't want to send the world out your link and then hope and pray that they'll take action on it, because 90% of the time they won't, when we have almost 100% conversion when you talk to them. So that's an important differentiation. So the sample title is $100,000 guaranteed to start or grow a business through a 501c3 nonprofit. And then we're going to go through this content. We'll talk about why we recommend this content, but also it's important to understand what we're not putting in here. What I found is the average entrepreneur wants results. And so going into a lot of detail of, oh, it's a 4-week process and you'll have a mentor and each week there'll be a lesson is not necessary to move someone from a prospect to a client. So we're going to focus in on what has sizzle to it. So 501c3 nonprofit, which IIMFL is. We just filed our new 990 form. We have to file annually as a nonprofit to the federal government. So we are truly a 501c3 nonprofit in good standing. Okay, but back to this. 501c3 nonprofit is looking for individuals who want a guaranteed $100,000 to start or grow a business. So that's the content that we're recommending you put in the ad. What does that mean? Well, it means we have a program called Access to Capital, and any client that enrolls, any participant of that program, we guarantee in writing to get them at least $100,000. Now they need to participate, of course, and comply, but that's an outstanding guarantee. I don't think that you're going to run into a lot of competition of other programs that is guaranteeing $100,000. We are. Okay, next. No minimum credit scores or time in business for approval. Bad credit is okay. Well, why is this part of the recommended ad? Well, a lot of people that don't have access to capital have barriers. Sometimes it's knowledge of how to get it. Sometimes it's familiarity with the right type of capital for their circumstances. Sometimes it's preparation. They don't have the loan package that they need. Notice we're not really talking about loan packages and business plans. We're not changing what we offer. It's still the 4-week access to capital program. But for the ad itself, we want to clarify that a lot of folks that have been locked out of capital because of credit scores or time in business are not eliminated. And so furthermore, we even reiterate bad credit is okay. About 85% of our clients are subprime. Now, some of you, 100% of the clients you submit are subprime, some of you much less. It varies based upon where you're prospecting, but we love working with people that have bad credit because they're the ones that often need the most help, have the least hope, and typically are not provided resources through other means. All right, so then we come into our third paragraph, which is our credibility statement. Program developed with the input of former SBA, SBDC advisors, SCORE mentors, bankers, and business college professors. This is a legitimate and certified program designed to help underserved populations have adequate access to capital to start or grow a business. And we believe that this is an important part of the ad because a lot of people are going to look at this tagline and say, well, that seems too good to be true, right? This can't be true. How could you guarantee everyone $100,000? And so now we're going to verify that this is a legitimate and a certified program. Okay, so now the prospect hopefully is interested. Hopefully they have enough information. They're kind of saying, okay, what do I do now? How do I progress? We are not going to drive them to your landing page. We're not going to send them to some website. What we're going to do is let them know, hey, there's a simple 3-minute application with instant approval. And that has some sizzle to it, doesn't it, right? Because a lot of people say, oh my gosh, because if you've ever filled out an SBA loan application, you know, some loan applications take weeks of time, sometimes months, not necessarily, 40 hours a week, but just total cumulative time to gather all the data, all the details. We've made it simple for this, right? You all have seen it. We've talked about it. It's just a simple 3-step, 3-minute process to get them approved. So that hopefully alleviates their concerns of, oh my gosh, this is going to be too painful to go through. I don't want to do it. And then now we need to create some urgency. Don't miss out. Funds are running out soon. And that probably will resonate with them. They've seen PPP and other types of funding sources come and go and realize, well, I probably should take action. And then ultimately there is your call to action. You're not going to have them call me and call our office. You're going to have them call you, amazingly enough, at your number. Of course, you need to have a phone number that is answered professionally. It can be your cell phone, but don't let your voicemail be full. Don't be screening calls. Some of you run businesses and it's amazing. You screen calls. It's like, how does that work? You're waiting to see if the client's a good enough client to talk to. I would be answering the phone. I'd have a professional voicemail. I'd make sure that the voicemail is not full. And what you want them to do is call you, right? So we're not sending them off to the website. We're not sending them to your landing page. You want to speak with them and then just simply reiterate this. And just as we've been role playing, for instance, we've got a whole bunch of people on the call today, but let's just pick LJ, for example. So if LJ responded to my ad and he called and I said, well, great, LJ, thank you for inquiring. Let's go ahead and if you got 2 minutes, let's see if you qualify. And so then I'm going to have to get LJ onto my landing page at that point, right? Because there's a 3-step process that we've discussed. And if you go to the career page of iimfl.org, there's a step-by-step training video there. But essentially, I need LJ, my prospect in this example, to go to my landing page. So I need to either text him, which is probably best practice, the link, or I could email it to him. but I need to get LJ to my landing page, and then I'm going to walk LJ through those 3 steps, right? First step is getting him to put in his first name, last name, phone number, email. And then the second step is specifically to the terms and conditions. And the third step is business information. Once they've completed that, then they've been approved. They're guaranteed $100,000, and you know you're going to earn at least $2,000 by taking people through that simple 3-step process. Plus, we have the new bonus now. As long as you do 10 a week, then you get an extra $250 a week, extra $30,000 a year. So who has questions on the sample ad content? Anna Marie, Anthony, April, Barry, Beatrice, Bernard, Brian, Kwong, Dion, Joseph, LJ, we were just talking about you, LJ, Mark, Quentin, Stevie, Scott with 1 T, Scott with 2 T's, Thamia, beautiful name, William, others. Who has questions regarding using this simple sample ad content to be able to generate more leads? What do you think? You like it? You don't like it? Would you do something different? Go ahead and type into the Q&A, the question and answer. It's like chat of Zoom, and let me know your feedback on the sample ad content. Again, the reason I brought this up is I was talking with one of you yesterday, and he was of the mindset, oh, I need to get my video out there and I need to describe the 4-week process. And it's not necessary. What we want to do is simply give them enough information so they want to call you, and then you want to lead them through that 3-step application. Now, one of our top producers I was talking to yesterday, he doesn't do it this way. He does just want to send out his link because he doesn't want to talk. And I don't mean that negatively, but he doesn't want to talk to people. He just wants to get people to fill out the app on their own. And he recognizes that cost him about 90% of the potential leads because he's only seen about a 10% conversion versus the near 100% we do. And so with that being said, it's your choice. But he's dealing in such volume. He'll be, without exaggeration, between 100 and 1,000 conversions this month. He just literally doesn't have time, and he's a marketing machine. But for most of us, I would recommend not driving them directly to your landing page. I would drive them to you, and then you can speak with them. And your goal when you talk with them needs to be focused, right? It needs to be helping them apply. It's not, oh, let's spend some time and talk about everything and anything and everything about their business or about our business or about the program. We just simply want to help them see if they get approved by doing the 3-step process. All right, so Stevie, thank you. She complimented the ad. LJ says he's doing something similar. All right. Are the rest of you running ads on Craigslist, Facebook, and other means to reach out to prospects? Or what is it that you're doing? Anna Marie and Kwong, for example, Dion and Joseph. Will this help you be able to hit your 10 this week, or is there something different we need to do? Because again, the goal is to create awareness and help them apply. Now, if we're going to go out and educate, much different, right? We've talked about that differently. So that's also on the career page at IIMFL, where we can set up workshops in person or online. We talk about the 27 mistakes that commonly keep small businesses from getting funding. And we can go through this umbrella of education, but it's still going to drive right back to here, right? Ultimately, what we need to do is get them to apply, and they can apply in 2 to 3 minutes. There's no minimum credit score. If they're approved, they're guaranteed a minimum of 100,000 to start or grow a business. And the application is so simple, right? It's 3 steps. I can show it to you if you need again, but you just start with the landing page that asks for 4 pieces of information. What is your first name? What is your last name? What is your phone number? What's your email? They hit the green button. They take some terms and conditions and they hit the green button. And then it takes them to their business demographic information that they put in, and there's no minimum, so it'll ask for things like EIN. If they don't have it, they can put don't have, to be determined, what have you. All right, so Joseph says he doesn't have a landing page. Well, I can help you fix that, Joseph. So let me go ahead and stop this share for a second, because Joseph's got me motivated to solve this problem. So we're going to solve Joseph's problem, as well as for any of you that don't have a landing page, because the landing page is under your control, not ours. Okay, so I'm screen sharing again. You see our website, IIMFL, and if you don't have a landing page, Joseph or anyone else, you go to the career page and click this gray box. When you click this, it's going to sign you up to be an affiliate partner, free and easy. And almost immediately, the system is going to email you an email that has two links. One to sign up sub-affiliates if you want to build a team. We're not MLM, not network marketing, but you can get overrides. But most specifically to Joseph's concern, you will get a link for a landing page. And that landing page will look just like Access to Capital. It's going to look just like this, except this form is going to be linked to you. So anyone that does not have a landing page, don't complain to me, no reason of concern. Go to the gray box. If you believe that you've gone to the gray box before and somehow our system failed to send you that email and you're convinced that it didn't get caught in a filter, then sign up again and do it again and do it again, because every time the system will generate an email to you with a landing page. And then that landing page is going to be what you guide people to. It's going to look exactly like this. But when people fill it out, we know it's from you, and you're going to be notified as they move through the process. So there's no one that should be without a landing page. No one should be without a landing page. Okay, let's see. Anna Marie brings up a good point, and so let's just go through it together. So we'll do this together. We'll actually do one live. So first name, we'll say my name is Joey, and my last name is Smith, and my email is smithjoey@gmail.com, and my phone number is 555-555-5555. So again, you want the prospect to be filling this out. You're not doing it for them, because as you're going to see when I hit the get started, it's going to take me to the next step in the process. Therefore, you don't want to be putting their information in, because it's going to take you to the next step, not them. And they're the ones that need to be enrolling. Unless you've got a power of attorney for this person, which of course you wouldn't have, you shouldn't be signing them up for things. It's like you wouldn't go down to the dealership and buy a car for them. You wouldn't go down to the bank and get a mortgage for them. Okay, so here's Joey Smith on your page. We hit the green button. What happens? Comes to terms and conditions. And you say, okay, well, Joey, go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. And you're going to, it's already pre-filled in your contact information. Hit the button here and hit the green. Joey, did you do that? Because you won't be with Joey. Yep. Okay, great. And then now we're going to go ahead and get some information to get us started. And then you're going to ask Joey to fill out the rest of this, such as how much funding he or she is seeking and other information about their business. And if they don't have all this, for instance, maybe they don't have their EIN yet, so they can just put in to be determined is fine. They maybe they don't have an address yet. To be determined. There's no address yet, so not applicable. Maybe they don't have any deposits yet, so they just put 0. So again, we're not ruling anyone out. We're just gathering information about them. Now, they would know their home address. They need to fill this out. If they don't put in a home address, it's not a credible app, and it's going to be rejected, and you won't get credit, and they won't get $100,000. We do need to have proof of identity due to the Patriot Act. We need to know who we're working with. And so they would put in their driver's license, state and number, and their date of birth and Social Security, kept confidential, but we need to know who the client is, their verifiable household income, is it W-2 or what have you, what they think their personal credit score is. Referred by technically is not necessary because of coming through this portal, it'll be hard coded to you. So it frankly doesn't matter what they put here. You're going to get credit. If there's any message, do they want to be an affiliate or not? And then they hit submit. So I'm telling you, it just doesn't get any simple. So Anna Marie's question was, well, should she be a consultant and spend a lot of time analyzing them on how to pick a good business name? Or what's the relevance of different types of addresses? I wouldn't. I think what we're trying to do, Anna Marie, is just get baseline information. We're not trying to get them to change where they're at. We just simply need to understand where they're at now as a baseline. So what other questions do any of you have? So I just now walked you through the 3 steps. It is painfully simple. And then once that's completed, you'll be notified that they're a client, will be notified that they're a client. And then what's going to happen then is we're going to need to do a soft credit pull to determine what type of funding is going to be best for them initially. We want to get clients their first tranche of financing, FTF, as soon as possible. And it comes down to the 3 C's. So we'll get funding for everyone. We have 100% funding now in the first 30 days. So it's not that bad credit will keep them from getting funded, but we do need to look at their credit profile, and their income to figure out what the appropriate first tranche of financing would be. So the point is, we will be emailing them after they enroll, hey, do you qualify for fast track funding? And so what that does is it leads them to the link to do the soft credit pull. If they don't click on that to do their soft credit pull, now the system will actually remind you to prompt them to do so, because we can't implement if we don't have a soft credit pull, because we don't know where to go get their first round of funding. Okay. So who has questions on this? Well, Anna Marie, I guess it's up to you. I'm showing you how I walk people through the system. I just literally role played it. And so that's how I do it. If you want to do it differently, you can, and you're probably better at it than I am, but that's how I do it. And it takes me about 3 minutes to enroll someone, and I have very, very close to 100% conversion rate. But if you're right. If you want to do it different, you can do it different. All right, Kwong, was that helpful? Walking through. Stevie's got it. Anna Marie's going to use the ad. Okay, who else has any questions? Because that's really the content that I wanted to share with you today, is just how painfully simple this is. And we can go back to the IIMFL website. So anyone that doesn't have a landing page, fret not. Go to the career page, hit this gray box. You become an affiliate partner, which is free and easy, and the system will send you a landing page. It will. I promise you it will. It's programmed to do it. The only reason that you wouldn't get it is if you put in a bad email address, or you don't check your email, or it goes into your spam. But if you don't think you have one, then go sign up again, and then go sign up again until you get one, because it'll work every time. Your page is going to look just like this Access to Capital. Notice it doesn't ask, well, who referred you? It doesn't matter who referred them. If they're using your landing page, you get credit. All right, Stevie wants to see the ad again, so let's go back to that. So we'll stop the share, we'll go back to the ad, and we'll share again. Okay, so there's the ad again. All right, Kwong asks, do clients need to apply for Access to Capital after going through the 60-day credit sweep? No, 60-day credit sweep is a different campaign. With our nonprofit, well, we're not on the homepage anymore, but we have 3 primary areas of focus in our mission statement: building financial literacy, increasing credit, and increasing access to capital. And so some people will want to do one of those, but not others. And so no one is required to do that. Thank you for that question, Kwong. All right. And so Brian's got a great question. So he signed up a client yesterday that wants money to buy a rental property. He doesn't want to start a business. Well, that's fine. So he has a need for funds that's business related, and the process is the same. It's technically called his use of funds, and we will glean that as we go through the process. So it doesn't matter, Brian, if they want to buy rental property, if they want to buy a strip club, if they want to start a church, or anywhere in between, as long as it's legal, the use of funds doesn't change this front end process. So it's the same. All right, so we will cover that. And then, yeah, so again, here's the ad, and you don't have to use this ad if you don't want to, but it's certainly effective, and it's to the point, and it avoids, what does it take to be successful in business development or sales, if you want to call it that? Of course, we need to be ethical and transparent and legal and moral, but we also learn that we want to say as little as necessary to move people to the next step. And so I think some of you all are so smart that you want to talk and talk and talk. And what you can do is talk someone out of it. So if it's not relevant, don't talk about it. If it's not needed to move them to the next step in general, you don't talk about it. So this is built off of that concept. Let's give them enough sizzle so they contact you. That's what we want. We don't want them to go sign up. We don't want them to do anything other than call you. That's what you want them to do. And then when they call you, you have one goal in mind. Hey, give me 2 minutes and let's see if you qualify. You got 2 minutes? Great. Again, you're going to have to get them the link to your page at that point, because your landing page is going to be coded to you, so you get credit. So you're going to have to either text that to them, email it to them, or whatever means you want. And then you just walk them through that brief sequence that I just did. It works. And you'll make a lot of money and help a lot of people. Anyone else have any questions over this very simple ad and simple process? You're going to make at least $2,000 for every person that you enroll, that you take through that 3-step process. $2,000. We covered that in yesterday's training, right? And post, I can show you where that is. So let me stop the share one more time. Let's go back to the website, kick the share back on. And I added yesterday's training because it was really well received. How to earn $2,000 in 3 minutes right here. So yesterday's training was right here. So if you've not watched it, it's the second one down on the career tab. Okay, anyone else have any questions? Oh, maybe I didn't share that, sorry. There we go. Second one down on the career tab. So anyone else have any questions that I can help you with? Because if you're not generating the leads that you need, you might want to consider using that sample ad and getting them to take the simple call to action, which is to contact you. And then you need to get them the link to your page that's going to look just like this, and help them go through that simple 3-step process to see if they qualify. All right, Thamia asked, if I'm filling out the information to become an affiliate, do I need to put in the business address? So she's back over here. And if you have a business address, you'd want to put it in. If not, you can put in not applicable or to be determined, or if you're using your home address, that's fine. Anyone else have any questions today? Otherwise, we're actually ending on time, which is a rare occasion. We're finishing up within the 30-minute window that we have allocated. So let's review. So what we covered today is a very simple ad that you could use on Craigslist, Facebook, or a million other places to generate leads. And what you want to do with that lead is help them apply, just using that process to see if they qualify. It's going to take you 3 minutes or so to walk them through that. And if you do it the way that we're recommending, you're going to have close to 100% conversion, and you're going to generate at least $2,000 for every person that you walk through that 3-minute process. That's why that video is right here, how to earn $2,000 in 3 minutes. It's not BS. It's not too good to be true. If you follow that model, it works. If you want to do it differently, that's okay. I don't know what type of outcome that you'll have, but that's the best practice. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Bye.